Good morning, friends. It is 5:25 a.m., day 299, and we're about to get started with some kettlebells. I hope you're doing all right this morning. I know I am. Slept all right and feeling okay. And we are just going to go ahead and do some strength training this morning. For some weird reason, by the way, I can't get my heart rate monitor to work, which bums me out a little bit. I don't know if it's because of the battery or because of anything else. I just like to have that understanding of where I am in my intensity. But sometimes technology doesn't work well. We just have to work out without, which, by the way, works just as fine. Don't need to be super reliant on all of that stuff, do we? For those of you just dropping by, my name is Toby. I'm 40 years old, and I might live to be 100 if I have read the statistics correctly. Big might. 80 is very likely. 90 would be nice. Anything beyond 90 is going to be a gift. But I also understand that the last 10 years of my life might be fraught with disease and discomfort, barring any major external events, however, or incidents. I would intend to be as healthy and fit and capable and strong as I can because I want to live an adventurous, self-sufficient and active life. So how do I do that? Well, I mind my sleep, try to get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep every day. I mind what I eat. I try to eat healthy, wholesome foods, lots of vegetables, about 150 grams of protein every day, and a balanced diet overall. Say I follow the 90-10 rule, where 10% of my diet is whatever I feel like eating. I do strength training with the kettlebells here, or with machines or body weights, pull-up, push-ups. I do conditioning with the kettlebells, but also running, and I work on my mobility. Let's see who's dropped by already. Good morning and have a nice day to you also, Evaldes. Thanks for dropping by and saying hello. I hope you're doing well, and I hope life's treating you all right. Where you are today, it is Wednesday. We're midway through the week. So look, let's just keep going, all right? For everyone else, because Evaldes, you know this, you've heard this quite often, but I always repeat it anyway in the morning. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I want to feel competent, fit, strong. And I think over the last year and a half, over the last 7 years in particular, I've managed to figure out what works for me, what doesn't work for me, and build a routine around that. I've been in and out of the gym for 24 years at this stage of my life. I've been overweight, I've been super fit, I've been everything in between. I've had ups and downs, I've struggled, and I've distilled all of that for myself into something that seems to be working for me at the moment, which includes 5:30 a.m. workouts, by the way. I think sometimes we forget when we're on a journey like this that we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. Because it's the person we are today who's going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. And a bit of kindness goes a long way now, whether it's losing weight or trying to look a certain way or build endurance for a meet or a competition or build strength or competition or training for any kind of other sports. I used to do judo, for example. Whatever our goal is, it is good to strive for something different, but at the same time, we want to be happy with where we are today because that person is really good enough, regardless of where we want to go or what our ambitions are. And friends, the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So that's what we are going to do today. We're going to start off with a slight warm-up, and then we're going to get started with the heavier work. Okay, do some swings, and then to do okay. Now, need to work on that hand insertion, but we'll get there over time, day by day. Korea, good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? I hope you're doing all right. I'm doing okay, trying to get into the groove and find the mood. And I hope you're doing okay as well, where you are in the world today. We're doing some kettlebell snatches today. And pays off. Take a few seconds in between the sets, maybe even a minute, because this is an exercise that puts a lot of strain on my body, and I want to make sure that we don't get injured. By the way, please don't take pointers on the snatch from me yet, because as you can see, I am not the most comfortable with the move, nor do I find that it flows particularly well. But it is nice to be able to do it. All right. One more set. Actually, I'm going to move on. Cleans. 5 left, 5 right. Why am I whispering? Morning, Mohammed. Thanks for mind saying hi. Good morning, BBB Rel. Thanks for the support. Am I whispering? I just speak at this volume. I could speak louder, but there are also people asleep in the house because it's 5:35 a.m. And I thought, probably think just trying to make sure that everyone can sleep well, and there are enough channels, I think, out there with people who are very loud, with loud music and shouting. And this is how I like to spend my mornings. But if I need to speak a bit louder or change the volume setting, let me know. I can always look into it. That, by the way, is the reason that I don't do a snatch with a heavier weight, because I cannot properly clean the 16 yet with one arm without it banging into myself. Step by step, progress by progress. Mohammed, I hope that Muhammad Ali, I hope that answers your question. By the way, let me know in the comments. So what's happening today? Well, it's Wednesday. Since the youngest one is still ill, really need to work on that clean with the 16 on the left side, as well as on the right side. Since the youngest one is still ill, I will be working from home this morning, taking care of him, going into the office in the afternoon. It is. You figured out my secret. I should start labeling my channel ASMR and see what happens. Yeah, I think I could turn up the volume, but generally, I think everyone here can hear me and is okay with the loudness or softness of my voice at the moment, I believe. So yeah, the only way to get better at cleans is by doing a lot of cleans. And in order to do a lot of cleans, you need to have the technique down that you don't keep banging up your wrist. Simply feel a bit of the weight landing on your body, but you don't want to feel it slamming specifically here into this bone or into the top of your wrist or your arm. And that's what requires a good thrust like that one to get that weight to weightlessness. It's still difficult on the left, easier with a lighter weight, and that probably has everything to do with how well that shoulder is functioning. Just keep that in mind. On the right, it's going better and better. And we just keep training and keep practicing lighter weights, heavier weights, lighter weights, heavier weights, volume and technique until we get it right. Okay, we're going on to the final set on the left. We have some other work to do as well this morning to build that strength for big boy kettlebell stuff. That was a good one. Better. But still not good enough. But we'll get there over time. We're going to do some rows next. By the way, if you've seen Monday's videos with the clean and jerk, that might give you a bit of extra understanding on why a good clean is important, because having a good clean. Wilson Garzon, hola, buenas noches. Gracias, amigo. That is a very nice compliment, and thank you for dropping by and saying hello. I hope you're doing well where you are in the world, and I think welcome back. I've seen you on this channel before in the chat. If you've seen Monday's video with the clean and jerk, you understand that doing that with 8 kilos, no matter how taxing that might seem, is a different story from doing that with a 16, a 20, or a 24. Believe me, friends, I have no ambitions for anything beyond 24 kilos. I'm 40 years old. 24 kilos overhead, or double 20 for a clean and jerk. It's going to be more than enough for me. All right? But everyone has their own goals for competitions or for life. So strive for what works for you. My point right now is that practicing that clean might seem like a bit of a grind, but in the long run, as you can see with the snatch, with a 12 kilo now instead of an 8, over time, getting down technique is important to be able to perform more complex, heavier exercises with a kettlebell or with any other kind of gym equipment for that matter. So just keep that in mind. There we go. Some more rows. And on to the next. By the way, did any of you watch my last video about this being a marathon and not a sprint? If you did, let me know in the comments here or under that video what you think, or leave a like. I'm trying to figure out what kind of content I should make more of, and obviously your feedback is important to me. I think the live streams obviously work, but maybe there's something else you want to hear me talk about. YouTube Punk, good morning, buddy. It is good to see you. I hope you're doing all right. I hope everything's going all right for you and your family in Texas. So like I was saying, because I have now the complete beginner's two-handed kind of program there. Just one more video that needs editing. So I'd love to hear if people actually watch those, and if they watch them, if they're worthwhile, or if there's something you think I could do different. And thanks, YouTube Punk. Good to know that it's on your watch list. It's a short one, I believe. So I hope you get around to it. That actually was the name of the ranch I used to live on in Texas, the Round to It Ranch. I think it was a running joke, because there was always something to get round to at the ranch. Okay. Two-handed, 24 kilo heavy swings, 5 rounds of 5, round to it. Yeah. Some of the happiest memories of my life there in Texas. This ain't no joke, 24 kilo, friends. And anyone who can put that overhead with one arm in a clean snatch, clean and press, clean and jerk is quite powerful by my book. I won't even begin picking up with one hand at the moment. That's really something else. Second set, 3 more sets to go. Yeah, exactly. I think that was more or less the attitude, because the 32 kilo would have been lying there. And we'd have to get round to it, or, a lot of other stuff. Some silly teenagers given responsibilities for llamas that would spit in our faces. That would spit in our faces if they didn't like what we were doing. It was epic. Yeah, I think she has a pain-free clean tutorial. I was just talking about that. It's on my to-watch list as well, together with the snatch tutorial and the clean jerk tutorial. For anyone watching her content, I've been following her content for a while, since I started kettlebelling. She's very down to earth and does a good job at explaining the techniques, which she can, because she is a professional trainer with a lot of experience and a former champion. One more set. And we're going to do some clean presses in a complex one-armed. It's because it's fun to end a workout with a bit of a burner. So yeah, I always wonder at the start of a workout, will I sweat today? You're all good, YouTube punk. So yeah, building the foundations, technique by technique. That is what we're here for. That is why this is so much fun. All right, pay attention, people. We're going to do a little complex. And you're going to find this quite familiar. By the way, pop quiz. What's the foundational movement for kettlebells? Let me know in the chat here what you think it is. And if you don't know, say, I don't know. But I think you all know, because I always spend some time talking about it and demonstrating how to do it properly. Now switching hands. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Friends, that was it for this morning. It is 6:04 a.m. and we've definitely put into work this morning. I hope you're well where you are. Evalis, Korea, YouTube punk. Wilson, Mohammed, and BB B-Rel, thank you all for dropping by and saying hello this morning. I really appreciate that. I hope you're all doing well where you are in the world. Whether you're, hey Johnny, whoa, hey there. Thank you so much. Hey, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're all right. I don't want to disclose any information about you, but let me know in the comments or a DM or something how you've been and how everything's going. And I hope it wasn't anything serious that kept you away from training for a bit. It's good to see you here, and it's good to hear back from you, and thank you for letting me know that you watched it. I'm glad you found some usefulness in it. I'll take that as a cue that those kinds of videos are also of interest to people who are watching the channel and the live streams. Oh man, I hate that. I had the same thing when I had a neck hernia, and after about 3 weeks, it started to get to me. So, if you want to hang out on the stream or under videos or anything, you just drop by and say hi and wish you a speedy recovery. How long do you think, or did the doctor say, or the physiotherapist, before you're able to get back into the game, so to speak? I hope not too long. Super well done. Ivalis spasiba, I think would be the correct word. Is that right? Thank you so much for that. Good to know, good to hear. And that means that I'll keep making those kinds of slightly longer videos on the channel. Alright friends, that being said, it's almost 6:10. I need to clean up, grab a cup of coffee, and get ready for the day. I hope you're well, where you are. I hope you enjoyed the workout, the conversation this morning. For those of you just tuning in and watching, my name is Toby. I'm 40 years old, and I train to live an active, self-sufficient, and healthy and adventurous life. And I hope to be able to do that well into my 90s. Who knows, I might live to be 100. I focus on my sleep, trying to get 7 to 9 hours, usually about 7.5 is my average. I focus on my nutrition, what I eat, home cooked, healthy, lots of vegetables, lots of proteins, 90-10 rule more or less, so 10% of my diet is whatever. I eat Oreos, I drink Coca-Cola, I have crisps, I have Burger King once in a while. It's one of my guilty pleasures, double Whopper, no cheese. I just, need to enjoy the foods that are out there when I'm out with friends, or having a beer somewhere. I'm not too tight about it in those kinds of moments. I focus on my strength training, as you saw today, with the heavier kettlebells. Focus on my conditioning. I go running kettlebells, and I do a cycle of push-ups and pull-ups, like continuously for about 12 minutes, working up to 20 minutes. And I focus on my mobility, if you watch any of the other videos. So that's how I intend to get to 90 and be active and adventurous, at least physically. And let's hope that the mind stays fit and healthy as well. We're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. I think it's important for us to remember that and to realize that as we grow older, and as we have fitness goals, that a bit of kindness to who we are today goes a long way in getting to where we want to be tomorrow. And the only way to get anything done, friends, is by showing up and doing the work. So if any of this is interesting, I talk about my health and fitness, my career, being a father, raising men, being a man, my life in general, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It would be nice to hit 750 this week. And the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work, friends. So I will see you tomorrow. Take care, friends.